Hello Year 3 and welcome to today's math lesson, final math lesson of the half term. You've all worked so hard and we're really proud of you. So today we're going to be carrying on with column multiplication and we are going to be looking at column multiplication with regrouping. So let me just get started and I'll share my screen. Okay, you have your do now for today. Just working through some multiplication equations. So grab a piece of paper and something to write with and press play, and then when you're ready to check your answers, press play, and when completing your work, press pause. There we go. Hopefully you're all pressed play, check your answers, not pause, because that wouldn't be a great idea. Okay, moving on. Here are your answers. If you're feeling if you're not feeling comfortable with any times tables, it is a really good opportunity to have a look at them. Use whatever methods that you feel comfortable with. There's Timetable Rockstars, there's Hit the Button, there's Daily 10, or there's just practicing them and chanting with your family. Okay, so today, as I said, we're going to be looking at multiplying two-digit numbers by a one-digit number. And we're going to be regrouping. So remembering that regrouping process we did when we were doing column addition and subtraction. So to be successful, we are going to need to label our place value of our sum. Hopefully this is something we're becoming really accustomed to, which means we're getting used to something. Then we're going to be multiplying the ones and we're going to regroup if more than 10. That's the step which is new today, regrouping if more than 10. And then we're going to multiply the tens with the ones. So the number in our tens column is going to get multiplied by that number in the ones column of the equation. So let's remember my turn, your turn. Place value. Groups of. Multiply. Ones. Tens. Regroup. And column method. Great. Right, I am just going to switch to my visualizer so you can have a look at how this works. Right, so here I've got my equation. Well, there we go, I've got my equation. So my equation here is 14 times 3. Do you want a place value chart? Because I'm just going to show how this works with Deans. You don't have to do your actual example, you're working out with Deans. You can if it makes you feel more comfortable, but it's not compulsory. So my first step to success is I'm going to be writing out my equation into column multiplication using place value. So my place value, I'm going to write my hundreds, H, tens, and ones. Then I'm going to put my sum in here, 14. 14 is 1 10 and 4 ones. I put my multiplication sign, and then I'm going to put here 3 because I'm multiplying 14 by 3 ones. 14 by 3 ones. Oh, not sure quite what happened there. Never mind. There we go. So let's carry on. So the first step is to multiply the ones together. So I'm going to multiply 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is equal to 12. So in my place value chart to show this, I'm going to draw 12 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've drawn 12 ones. Can I have 12 ones in my tens column, my ones column? Absolutely not. So I'm going to take 10 of those and regroup them into my tens column, just as we would do with column addition. So I'm put my 10 there that I've regrouped, and I'm going to represent this in my equation. 4 times 3 is equal to 12, which is 2 ones and 1 10. Then I am going to be doing 1 times 3, so multiplying this 1, which is in my tens column, by 3. 1 times 3 is equal to 3. I'm going to again put this in my place value chart just to represent it. 1, 2, 3. So I've got here, I've got 2 1s, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 10s. Add my little one here. I like to cross them out to know that I've used it. 14 times 3 is equal to 42. Right, I'm going to go to my whiteboard to do another example of this. So my equation this time is going to be 23 times 4. So the 4 times table, we know it well. 23 times 4. So my first step to success, I'm going to write out my equation in my place value chart. So 23, that is 2 10s and 3 1s. Then I'm going to complete the rest of it like that. So we're not going to draw deans this time. So 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is equal to 12. So 12 is 2 1s and 1 10. So I'm going to put my little one down there. Some of you prefer to put it up there. It doesn't matter as long as you don't forget about it. Then 2 times 4. So 2 groups of 4 is equal to 8. And then I need to add on my extra group of 10. So my answer is 92. You can see how that, which is why we are pretty insistent that you know your times tables well, because they are so important. Now we're getting on to more complicated calculations. Right, let's take a look at another one on the whiteboard. I'm just going to rub this one out. Keep our place value there. Excellent. Next one I'm going to do with you is I'm going to set one for you. I want you to solve for me. I want you to solve for me 13 times 5. I want you to use column multiplication. You might be able to do this in your head anyway, but I want you to use column multiplication. So press pause if you need a bit more time. Okay, 13 times 5. Our step for success is putting it in our place value chart here. So 13 is 1 10 and 3 1s. And we're multiplying by 5. So multiplying your 1s first. 3 times 5 is equal to 15. Absolutely. 15 is 5 1s is 15 1s. Can I have 15 1s here? No. It would need to be 5 1s, and I'm going to regroup 10 of my 1s to become a 10. 1 times 5 is equal to 5, and then adding on, this is in our tens column, so I'm adding on that extra 10, it will become 65, 6 10s. Should we do another? I think we should. This is the kind of thing that practice makes permanent. Practice makes permanent. So we're going to do 44 times 3. Okay, 44 times 3, I want you to put that into column multiplication and solve it. So I suggest that you press pause on the video now. Excellent, let's get ready to solve. So first step to success, you've got your place value here ready. 44, that is 4 10s and 4 1s. So here, great, that's nice and easy for me to see what I need to do. I'm going to put my multiplication out here, and I'm multiplying it by 3 1s. So that's our step 1 of our steps to success. We know we needed to put in with the place value, put it into the column multiplication into a sensible place value. Next, you're going to multiply the 1s, the number in the 1s column, by this number in the 1s column. 4 times 3 is 12. So we know we can't have 12 ones in our ones column, can we? Absolutely not. So I'm going to have 2 ones here, and then I'm going to regroup that 110 to this column, into my tens column. 4 times 3 is 12. We've already done that. So that's 12 tens plus another 10 is equal to 13 tens. Can we have 13 tens there? No. We need to, again, regroup. So we're going to take 10 of those tens to our hundreds. And we're going to keep 3 of those tens here. So our answer is 132. So that gives you the idea of when you're regrouping across the two different columns. Right. I'm going to show you one more example, and then we're going to have a look at some word problems. Okay, so okay, 74 times 3. Let's work at this one together. So 74. So working together, maybe grab a piece of paper or grab a whiteboard or something like that. So 74 in our place value is 7 tens and 4 ones. Then we're going to multiply by 3 ones. So my 3, remember my ones, it doesn't go here. No, it doesn't. I'm not multiplying 7 tens by 3 tens. No, you'll multiply it by 3 ones. You will get to that at some point. So, good old 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is equal to 12. 12 ones, not possible. We split that 12 ones into 2 ones and 1 10. 7 times 3. 7 times 3 is equal to what? 7 groups of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So it's 21 tens plus another 10 gives me 22 tens. Is that possible? No. So I'm going to regroup two sets of my 10 tens into 200s. So I'm going to take one of those tens and make it 100, and then I'm going to take another set of 10 tens and make it another 100. So I have 222. So just seeing here how I cannot have that many tens, and I have to regroup. And I can regroup more than one set of tens or ones at a time. Okay, that's a little tricky one because you've got your double regrouping. Lots of opportunities to practice on your independent task. So let's go and have a look at some word problems. I'm just going to share my screen. Looking at some word problems now. Looking at some word problems. 1 Kit Kat bar costs 22p. If I buy 4 Kit Kat bars, how much will this cost me? 22. That's not the right number. Seems a bit cheap. I'm going to make them a bit more expensive. Let's make them 28p. There we go. 1 Kit Kat bar costs 28p. If I buy 4 Kit Kats, how much will this cost me? So labeling your place value is your first step. So 28 is 2 tens and 8 ones. 28. And then we're going to be multiplying it by 4 because you want to know how much does 4 Kit Kats cost. So let's get started now. Multiply the ones. 8 times 4, 8 groups of 4 is equal to what? Oh, I think let's skip count. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. So here, I can't put in 32 ones. I have to take my tens, and 32 has 3 tens. So my 3 tens need to be regrouped into my tens column, and I'll just keep my 2 ones. Thank you very much. So I remember I've got these 3 sitting here at the bottom. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. My answer is not that, no, because I haven't included my 3, which I need to 3 tens, which I need to add on. So 8 add 3 is equal to 11. 11 tens, can we have that in our tens column? Absolutely not. So our 11 tens, we'd keep 1 10 in our tens column and send 10 of them over to become 100. So your answer is 112. When you see a question like this, make sure you add the units. So whether it's pound or £1 and 12 pence. Just really breaking up this, seeing where you need to regroup. Just remember, you cannot have more than 10 ones in your ones column. You cannot have more than 10 tens in your tens column. You just need to move things along. It might help you to draw your deans, it might not. Okay, here's an example for you to practice. Lola puts 36 stickers on each page of her scrapbook. If she decorates 3 pages, how many stickers does she use? So remember, what's your key information? What's going to be your equation? You need to label the place value and then work out the answer by multiplying the ones and regrouping if it's more than 10, and then multiplying the tens with the ones. So press pause now. I want you to complete this on some paper or on a whiteboard, whatever you have to hand, and then press play when you're ready to go through the answers. Okay, fantastic. Right, what is our actual information that we need to use in our equation? Going to put in our column multiplication. Yep, 36 stickers by 3 pages, absolutely, because that's the information we have. So 36 is 3 tens and 6 ones, and we're multiplying it by 3 pages, so that's 3 ones. Okay, so I've labelled my place value, tick. Multiply the ones and regroup if more than 10. Okay, 6 groups of 3. Okay, well, I'm just going to quickly skip count in threes. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 18. So 6 times 3 is equal to 18. Remember with your place value, can I have 18 ones? No, 10 of my ones needs to become 110. 10 ones need to become 110. So I'm going to write my 8 here in my ones column, and I'm going to put my 110 just down here. You can have a little relax. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. You spotted it. That's not my answer, is it? No, because I've not added our regrouped 10. So 9 tens add 1 10 is equal to 10 tens. Can I have 10 tens in my tens column? Absolutely not. I need to regroup. So 10 tens is the same as what? 100, absolutely. So Lola uses 108 stickers. I hope that makes sense. Just remember, no more than 10 ones. If you have 10 or more ones, regroup that 10 into your tens column. No more than 10 tens. Any more than that, regroup into your hundreds. And remember to make sure that you keep this number in your ones column, because otherwise it just gets very, very confusing. So have a look here. 24 times 6 is equal to 1,424. Do you agree or disagree? maybe press the pause button if you want to have a quick think. If you do disagree, can you maybe correct it or explain why you disagree? Okay. 24 times 6 equals 1,424. I don't think that's quite right. So I have got myself a clean sum next door, so we can do it side by side. Right, so first step, place value. 24 is 2 tens and 4 ones. Yeah, check, that's correct. Multiplied by 6, 6 ones. Yeah, that's all right. So we're going okay so far. So we're going to multiply our ones and regroup if necessary. 4 times 6 is equal to 6, 12, 18, 24. 24 is obviously the number up here. So we know that 24 is the same as 2 tens and 4 ones. If we had it all in ones, it's going to be 24 ones, and we know that is not possible. So we're going to keep those 4 ones here, and we're going to take 20 of our ones and turn them into 2 tens and put them underneath here. I'm starting to see where there might have been an issue. 2 times 6 is equal to what? So I'm multiplying the number in my tens column. 2 times 6 is equal to 6, 12. And then, so it's 12 tens. We can't do that. We need to put 10 of them, need to go in regroup to our swap shop, need to be swapped. 10 tens can be swapped for 100. And then we have got those 2 tens left over. Don't forget about this little guy at the bottom. 2 tens add 2 tens is equal to 4 tens. So the issue, what happened here was here with the regrouping. The number, this 2 should have gone underneath because it's made it all into a bit of an ugly mess. Just remember to take your time with these. Remember, no more than 10 ones. 10 ones or more, 1 10. No more than 10 tens. 10 tens or more, go into 100. So your independent task is on screen. There's also the task sheet attached to today's home learning. So you've got column multiplication to solve the following. I am going to say A, B, C, D are what I want completed. You need to prove to me you're using column multiplication. I don't want to see work uploaded just without there. And then I'm going to prioritize 2A. That is the minimum I expect from anyone. Do more, and there's a challenge as well, but that is the minimum work because that will show me that you can practice the skills. If you're not sure about your times table, write out the times tables that you need to use along the side of your work. Please upload your work to Seesaw. Thank you so much for such hard work this half term in maths. Over the half term break, keep up with your maths, Daily 10, Times Table Rockstars, hit the button, lots of games on top marks, videos on BBC Bite Size. Just practice, practice, practice. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you after half term for more maths.